Hi, everybody. Welcome to Get Out of Rap TV, Tuesday, the 8th of August. How are you all doing? As always, to start the show, please do say hello in the comments. Let's say hello to each other. Maybe connect with people that you are not already connected with. Build your network on LinkedIn. And today, please, can you, as well as saying hello in the comments, what are you grateful for? Let's start with a bit of gratitude. Hey, here he is. Peter, g'day, mate. Farhad, hello, my friend, all the way from South Africa. Oh, we are honored. He's he's moved out the industry and he's still here. Slam Duggan, it is good to see you. How are things going in the new role, mate? Yes. Happy Bees is here. Danny Wareham. Morning, all. Good morning. Hello, Stephen. How are you? Good morning, sir. So, what are you grateful for today? Let's start the day with some gratitude. Marianne, sorry, can't stay today, but popped on to say hello to all you wonderful people. Have a fantastic session. Love you all. Love you too, Marianne. Thank you very much. Yes, the pop up pirate, the legend that is Barry. Morning, all. I made it. Thank you, Barry. Barry's already been on the team leader community, um, making a real difference and helping out team leaders by giving them some advice today. So, thank you very much. Hello, Mark. How you doing? I'm grateful for being on my holiday this week. Brilliant. Oh, well, thanks for giving up some of your holiday to come and watch this, Mark. I appreciate it. Lucky you, by the way. All going really well, says Phil. I'm grateful for your friendship and always supporting whatever I'm doing. Well, straight back at you, Phil. Straight back at you. Remember, Phil is the guy that if you are interested in basketball, he has some great stuff going on there. Courtside hoops. I think I've got that wrong, Phil, haven't I? But oh, hey up, Dan's here. Congratulations on your new role, Dan, at Nespresso. Um, Dan, thoroughly deserved award winner recently at the UK awards, him and his team for culture, I believe. Dan, but new role and thoroughly deserved. Well done. Phil, hello. Grateful for the rain in London. I missed it. Well, surely not unexpected. It is the summer, so why wouldn't we have some rain? Good to have you here, Phil. Here she is, everybody. The industry's rap number one rap artist, Neris. Morning. Grateful for landing in this wonderful industry back in 1998 and for all the lush people and interesting things it delivers. And for you, of course, Martin. Thank you very much. Straight back at you. And Neris, congratulations on, was it 200 invoices since that's what I aspire to. So you're a bit of a role model for me. 200 invoices as a solo venture in our industry, doing great things, mixing technology and people is what I always think about with you, Neris. G'day, Luke. G'day, mate. My good friend Luke. Morning. I'm grateful for all the summer rain. We all like a bit of summer rain, but it looks like. David, hello, sir. How are you doing? Morning, all. I'm grateful that I'm being fitted for a new driver at lunchtime. Oh, I bought some clubs the other week, actually, David. I haven't used them yet. I'm an army golfer, left, right. But it looks like you are a bit of a pro at golf then if you're being fitted for a new driver. I'd need to be fitted for a new body. Jordan's here, one of the absolute superstars of the team leader community. Good morrow, Mr. T. Always grateful for a healthy mind and body. Work wise, you are grateful for a great, hard working team. You lead them so well. And healthy mind and body, very true. I played basketball last night, says Danny. Now my knees feel like they're made of angry bees. I bet you loved it though, didn't you, mate? Michael's here, Michael from Sigma, and I love what you guys have done. Am I right, Michael, that you are Sigma Connected are donating to a local hospital. I read that and shared that in the team leader community the other day. You always do such good things for your community. But Michael says, "Morning, Martin. Got you in the background. Missed the show. Best place to have me, Michael, but it's good to see you again." Barry, great fun for being able to make this session and hear and read from such a great network. Good. Well, that's the whole point of this, isn't it? That you guys make it. And if you're not all connected to each other, please spot who's here and maybe connect with them. I have to quickly say thank you to Sabio. Sabio are a key partner of mine, and it is because of them that I'm able to bring you this show. Otherwise, I would be busking for a living. Peter, grateful for my coffee machine as my toddler climbed into bed at 2 a.m. and spent the rest of the night kicking the stuffing out of me. Peter, it's because you're raising a future rugby player there, right? Come on, taking after you. But we love our coffee, don't we, mate? Mark, hello, my friend. Good morning, all. Today, my body is a temple, derelict, collapsing, and possibly haunted. Brilliant. And you're going to leave the shoes on the outside, yeah, before you enter the temple. Now, everybody, please do check out Mark's profile. If your bag is change, continuous improvement, you have to check Mark out. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Mark, you're available for new roles. So great track record, great experience. Please do connect with Mark and let's get him into a new role. Michael, I believe so. Yes, chosen by the employees. I love it. If you haven't seen it already, Sigma Connected every month are going to donate to their local hospital, which I think is brilliant. Those type of things go under reported, don't they, on our industry? So I'm very grateful for people doing things like that. Yes, Mark is immediately available. No problem, Mark. Please let's connect with Mark. See if we can find something in the change space, change and continuous improvement. One of the purposes of this show is to bring you all together and highlight each other, and by being connected, we're better able to help each other. So, thank you so much. It's great to have you here. Let's get on with, shall we? What is the question for today? So, I haven't done this before yet. What are your thoughts on contact center awards? I know we've got some award winners here. Believe it or not, back in 2012, I won an award I was the contact center manager of the year. That definitely meant a lot at the time, still means a lot. But I wonder, as we've just had some awards, we're now going to get to the point of more awards for our industry and for the CX industry in particular. Are there any categories missing? What are your thoughts? Quite an open ended question. But when you think about awards in our industry, what are the kind of things that you are saying? Do you think they add value? If they do add value, would you recommend going in for them? Would you say there's too many, not enough? What can be done to improve an awards night or an awards process? And as I've put there, are there any categories missing? Now, that isn't just because there isn't a podcast or LinkedIn Live in the industry awards. I know there's absolutely no organizations that are sending anything my way, but so it's not about a podcast of the year. It is. What do you think? What are some of the things you think when you think of the awards that pop up in our industry? Great chance for individuals, teams, and organizations to reflect on their journey and their successes. I love them. Love it, Neris. I love it. And I have been involved in judging for a good few years. And I agree with you. This point here about reflecting on the journey, I think whether you win, lose, or get placed, or silver, bronze, highly commended, or actually win it, I think the chance to take stock and look at what you've done is really, really valuable. I don't think enough people actually ask for feedback, regardless of the result. Do contact the organization and ask them for feedback. It is extremely valuable. Hello, Joe. How you doing? Always catch up with Joe every week. Joe from Sabio, everyone. We do talk about the partnership, but we also spend a hell of a lot of time talking about football. And of course, thank you very much to Celtic for your manager. We'll look after him, I promise. Um, Danny, they are great, unsurprisingly. I would like to see more focus on true employee engagement and culture. They tend to focus on the outputs rather than why certain approaches were chosen. Love that point, Danny. Really, really good. So Danny would like to see more focus on true employee engagement and culture. Um, George, hello, George. How you doing, George? However, people need to be aware of them. I don't think they're promoted enough. And Danny, George, Danny agrees with George. Great point. Um, oh, and by the way, George, contact center manager, also looking for a new role. Please do connect. If you have a look at George's experience and skills, a great person there would be a real valuable asset, and could complement your team and get you into a position where you win an award. Now I know he's with us, our friend in the north, Dan Cohen. Dan, correct me if I'm wrong, but you guys won the Culture Award at the National Contact Center Awards recently, didn't you, in May? I'm sure it was Culture, wasn't it? Because I wonder what you think about this point here. Um, I know your focus is on engagement and culture. Did that come across in the process for winning that award? My mate Peter. Well run, fairly judged awards are great. Award sausage factories who give out prizes like free toys or Happy Meals, not so much. Yeah, great point. And of course, I know, Pete, you have been involved in judging and the processes. And as you say, those well run, fairly judged awards are brilliant. The award sausage factories who give out prizes like free toys for Happy Meals, not so much. I love it. I love it. What would you say then to George's point earlier about there being not promoted enough? How have you found out about awards that you might have gone into or been involved with? Is it kind of legacy that your organization's always been involved in them, or is it that you spot it on LinkedIn or someone in your company recommends it? Danny, I've never seen employee net promoter score, EEI, absenteeism, retention rate, etc., used to justify engagement. It's usually a different output, such as sales, conversion, etc. Um, Danny, help me out. What is EEI? Now, I must say, when it's been a year or so, weirdly, as soon as I went self employed, I was kind of jettisoned from the award processes. But I have seen absenteeism, retention rate, and employee engagement as key points of certainly the forum and the CCMA's um, measures on the nominations for their employee engagement culture type awards. Um, EEI, Employee Engagement Index. Oh, lovely. Thank you, Danny. I don't think I've ever looked into that in great detail. Is it handy? Is it worthwhile? Mark, I think you're making a great point here. Back office functions always seem to be overlooked at awards. Um, yeah, couldn't agree more. If not overlooked, they maybe don't seem to have the same luster as some of the more obvious awards or the more common ones. So, Mark, I think you make a great point. One of the things I've always thought, and I think it's a real challenge for the organizers of awards, is you want to cater for all teams, all aspects of our world, but it can mean that the awards night itself can go on for a long, long time because you have a lot of awards to get through. I don't think there's a way to crack that conundrum. Barry says, think they can be great for focusing on individuals, manager of the year, colleague of the year, as long as we make sure the nominations are more about them. I could, yeah, brilliant. I think if you have individuals in your team, even just nominating them is such a great way to show that you see what they do, that you value their work in your organization, and the process itself for going through the awards. Like I say, regardless of whether you win, lose, or draw, I think is so beneficial. So really good. Mark, it would be great if some of the awards considered the smaller contact centers. Some award winning qualities get overlooked because the organization can't afford membership or a table at the awards. By the same token, some of the big winners have done real issues that makes you wonder how they got through. Just my input. Well, yeah, that kind of are there are people precluded based on their budget. So how do you address that? Because I think you make a really interesting point, Mark, around um, are they equitable in terms of entry? You could enter, but then again, like you say, you might not be able to afford the table at the awards. So maybe something there for the organizers of these awards to think about. The measures from Danny says the measures may be part of the submission form, uh, part of the submission from the candidates, but they seem to have less awareness in post-event championing. Oh, yes. And Mark agrees with you, Danny. Yes, post-event championing. Love that. Love that. What a phrase. What a phrase. Um, So I think you guys have hit the nail on the head as per usual. So we love them. They serve a great purpose. No one's come up with any categories that are missing, which I think is really good. Other than Mark, who mentioned, of course, that back office functions seem to be a little overlooked, and that more can be done to talk about the points. But some really interesting. Again, you guys are excellent on this kind of thing. So um, now I would just like to. You guys are going to get a premiere. This is the first time this has ever been shown. Let me just catch up. Sorry. Ah, Danny has another one. I'd also love to see how much work the judges do shouted about. The standard of judging at the Employee Experience Awards was exceptional, and the standard of just about every single nomination made it really tough. The judges work really hard. Yeah, I can concur with that. A day of judging is extremely taxing. A legacy for me and a role that naturally lent itself to engaging with the industry to try and understand Brex practice when I moved into QA all those years ago. Yes, Peter, very true. Okay, here he is. He's back off holiday, and honestly, Chris kept me so entertained on his holiday. Chris is an absolute legend. Sorry, late to the party. Had a call. Our awards are open to all and free to enter. Importantly, we offer a low cost evening, £50 per head in 2022 and £75 per head in 2023. We cover small, medium, and large organizations. You can watch all the finalist submission videos here. That's really interesting. I know helping out this last year how transparent and thorough the forums awards are. And Mark, I guess to your point there, that is a low cost per head, so can pick up those smaller organizations. So thank you very much, Chris. Also, another welcome and late arrival is Scott. G'day, Scott. How you doing, mate? Morning all. Better late than never. I was fortunate enough to do pretty well in the WCCA and the UK CCA last year, so I'm a bit biased. But for me, personal recognition and a networking improvement, you can't beat it. Thoroughly well deserved, Scott. I know exactly how much work you put in. And yes, what about a Judge of the Year award? Yeah, that could become a little bit like Inception, just keep going in and in and in. Um, I love it, George. Now, I'm very pleased to share this with you all. As you know, as well as doing Get Out of Rap and everything that entails, I've also, wait, I've also put together the team leader community. And I have, I've just got some beard fluff. I have been working hard on a new advert. It's going to be shared out on LinkedIn tomorrow. I don't ask much of you guys, but can I ask you please to get behind this post when you see it tomorrow on LinkedIn? But a bit of a worldwide premiere. I'm going to show you the latest installment in the TL community series of animated videos. Look out for a special guest in this as well. So without further ado, please watch this. You are a senior leader in a contact center and you really value your team leaders. You know they are the most important people in your operation, but you're busy and you know they are too. How can you help them and show them you care? How can you give them something that complements the support they already have? Hi, I'm Martin Teasdale and I created the Team Leader community. Starting on the phones, I've spent my whole career in contact centres. I loved being a team leader, but initially I made a lot of mistakes. My experiences and passion for helping team leaders led to the creation of the TL community. The TL community is an online community where TLs can network, share challenges and best practice, where they can learn from industry experts as well as each other. We have daily live streams, masterclasses, daily expert content, polls, games, chat and much more. The community can be accessed via the web or an app. We have hundreds of members from all industry sectors and the community is growing daily. This community is creating truly expert leaders and your team leaders will thank you for giving them membership. To join, either contact me at martin@getoutofrap.com or visit theteamleadercommunity.mn.co. There you go. Did you spot the special guest? Oh dear. Shout out, yes, Jordan. I've got to start shouting about it. Yes, Chrissy, you spotted it. The special guest in that video was Hugo. Podcast and TV of the Year for the awards. Thank you, Luke. Luke Dobson, Get Out Rap for the win. Thanks, Danny. Oh, good morning, Oric. How are you? Your head is way smaller. In the end, as is my belly, Farhad. I've used some I've used some poetic license, artistic license there. Did you deliberately make yourself look 20 years younger with the animation? Looking good. Oh, thank you all so much. All of this hard work I've put in, and everyone who's the super slim bald guy with his salt and pepper beard. Now, in my defense, okay, as I mentioned, the the first one of these videos, I used a guy, he's Turkish, I think he's based in Slovakia, and I said to him, "Please, can I have some tattoos? And you need to make me fatter." And he replied that he could do neither. So if you notice, I am tattoo less, but belly less. So you know that's obviously what what I'm aspiring to. So I'm really glad the takeaways from the video are that I do not look like, yeah. Oh, and I'm tall, and I'm taller. Albeit the only comparison I think you really have is with me and Hugo. Looking fab, advert and in real life, and his head is half the size. Now, God, everybody, I think we're all focusing on the wrong thing. Yeah, what we should be focusing on is the team leader community is a great place for people to develop. Um, let's try and move away from how it doesn't look like me in the cartoon, or well, it looks like how I'd like to look, although I would always have tattoos. Can he do the same for all of us and make us bellyless? Yeah, he can. He absolutely can. I'm a model, you know what I mean. Oric, I'm fine too, albeit I'm feeling a little bit attacked. Oh dear. So, notwithstanding the fact that I've made, or the animators made me look younger, slimmer, taller, my head isn't as big. I'm going to need counseling after this show. Love it. Really shows how great the community. It's too late now, Barry, mate. It's too late. This doesn't mean anything to me now. A filter or a new face cream. A bit of both, actually. Look, trying to. I'm actually sort of exhibiting some self care, Peter, mate. Um, so yeah, though I did. Do you know what? When I was putting it together, for the very first one. So this is the second one where I've used this animator, who's brilliant, by the way. I'm sure you will all agree. It's a really nice way of bringing something to life. But a lot of work goes into it from me and him. And yeah, that first time round, I was like, look, no one's going to buy this, and I'm going to get this type of feedback. But yeah, I love it. It's something for me to aspire to. I'm planning to head to the gym later. TLC by name and TLC by culture. Just look how much George has come along. Success story. We have some. Um, we do. Jordan's dead right, and he's being very modest there because he is a brilliant advocate and help in the community. But we have some great success stories, some promotions, people going for promotion now. Everyone is being upskilled by each other, and also from the likes of people like Barry, Danny, Peter, coming in and helping team leaders who are also helping themselves. So, yeah, TLC by name, TLC by culture. And of course, as I've openly admitted, the TLC was an accident, really, the abbreviation. But yeah, it's spot on. So Jordan, thank you very much. Danny, it's a great VT, friendly and warm, matches your brand really well and gets the message across. Thank you, Danny. And do you know what? If anything that makes us all smile, these comments will yes, of course. Who is actually, um, I know I caught up with her this morning. The ray of sunshine in our community. She is delivering some awesome work today, so cannot make it. But yeah, Bev Hughes, everybody, as you will all know, who come onto this show regularly, has been a massive help. We're running a competition at the moment in the team leader community, so big thanks to Centrical. I think I saw Nick has joined. Nick Thompson, a good friend, and also in the community. Centrical have given us £100 worth of Love to Shop vouchers for the team leader community. So we're running a competition there. And I also, again, look, Slim, my head looks massive in that. So, Farhad, are you sure? Look how big my forehead is there. Um, and I also want to thank Jabra, because Jabra have donated a webcam and a new headset. And again, those are for people in the community, and we're running an award there. Um, Remind me as well, maybe next week I'll talk to you about the coffee giveaway we did. If you have a community yourself of any sort, we did a great little exercise. Well, just a great thing to do with the coffee. So please, I will tell you about that next week. But so thank you to Centrical, thank you to Jabra for just giving some prizes to the team leader community. We're running a competition, everyone's loving it. So thank you very much. It needs to be big to retain all that knowledge. Thank you, George. It's a lot of knowledge about Tottenham Hotspur. Okay, so we've come to everyone's favorite bit. Okay, we are rattling our way through. We're past 400 now. We're past 400 pages in Contact Babel's Decision Maker Guide 2023. We're getting close, and we can, at the end of it, we can say well done. It's a wealth of information. It's the biggest survey of decision makers within our industry. It's been going a long time. I've never actually read it all the way through. I've always, every year it's come out, dipped into it and used it a lot, but I've never gone front to back. And that is what we are doing. So if you remember last week, we were on first call resolution. There was one more slide that I needed to get to. And this is the use and effectiveness of first contact resolution measurement methods. So, what do you use? So, you'll see here, and Peter, I think you'll be pleased with this. Look, the area that is used or considered the most effective for first contact resolution is QA monitoring. 39% found it very useful. 41% found it somewhat useful. Agent asks whether customer query has been answered fully, is then considered the next highest. Agent call disposition codes. You'd think that would be higher, wouldn't you? I kind of used to live or die by our outcome codes, as we called them, or disposition codes. Underutilized, definitely. I think you can gain so much insight from the disposition codes that agents are using. And I think we definitely need to trust people more around the accuracy of that. Next up is no repeat calls from a customer in a specific time frame. Then we have the post-call IVR survey. And finally, automated interaction analysis. But it seems that a lot of people are not aware of that. I must admit, I do not know a great deal about that. But what do we think of that? Still all the way from Africa. Thank you very much. Your head looks a little big in the cartoon with a slim body. Thanks, Orak. It's a running theme. Oh, it's great. So this was the final slide on first call, first contact resolution. What do you think? Is there anything that's missing here? Do you agree with the points that are being made? How do you measure first contact resolution in your contact center? Is there a better way of doing it than the six methodologies mentioned here? I think it's interesting that QA monitoring is number one. Happy to see it there. Given my background, I think QA monitoring is often overlooked for a lot of other parts of insight that can be gained. So seeing it here is great. And of course, once you do over 380, hi Phil. Phil says, "Who hangs up first?" No, you go. No, you go. You say it. Very true. So that one's missing. Right. So we're leaving first call resolution behind and we're heading into the land of IVRs, our friend, the IVR. So this was people were asked, what is the length of your initial let me just go back a second because Peter has a point. G'day, Peter. Possibly controversial here given the numbers. I don't think QA should focus on measuring FCR outcomes. Well, I don't think that's controversial, Peter. I think it's if it's coming from you, it's got to be true. And I'm not sure they're saying QA focuses on FCR. I think it's just that it is a effective measure. But I absolutely take your point. That should not be the focus. Danny says a blend of no repeat calls combined with reason for callback, then coached by managers using QA info. So yeah, always thinking of the outcome there, Danny. I like it. Disposition code should absolutely lead to what you're going to coach on, and then you coach backing up using QA info to back it up. So spot on. Right, IVRs. So the respondents were asked, what is the length of your initial IVR, welcome and instructions? You can see the most prevalent was between 15 and 30 seconds. This is overall. This is all the respondents. Less than 15 seconds, 22% of the respondents said their IVR and welcome instructions were less than 15 seconds. Then you get into some of the longer time frames, 31 to 45 seconds, 13%, 46 to 60 seconds, 11%, more than a minute, 9% of the people that responded to the Decision Makers Guide survey, and we're talking a large number, nearly 10%, 9% of them have operations where the IVR and welcome instructions are greater than 60 seconds. Seems a long time to listen to an IVR. How long is your IVR? When was the last time you timed it? Because I imagine answering this question led to people finding out. I know when I headed up some operations, this wouldn't have been something I would have initially knew. In fact, how often do you contact yourselves and go through the process of going on a customer journey? Where are they measuring from? Start of my call or start of me joining their leg of the IVR? This seems very short. Danny, it is the point by which the IVR message starts. It took me 1:47 to get through to a queue, which was then nearly 12 minutes at a contact center last week. Wow. Yeah, really good point. Really good point then. Let's see if I can find out. Where are we? I will write this in the comments. Let's see. Many customer interactions begin with an IVR session. An IVR session should capture doesn't actually say. Doesn't say. Okay, maybe you'll find this interesting. Ulrich, what is the full meaning of QA and IVR? So quality assurance, and IVR is the voice recognition at the start of a contact to the contact center, Ulrich. You know, when you have press 1 for sales, press 2 for this. Very poor description by me. Someone's going to come in and give a much better description. Don't worry. And as if by magic, quality assurance, IVR, interactive voice response. that thing on a call that says press 1 for sales, 2 for cancel. Interactive voice response. There you go. I knew I could rely on people with bigger brains than me. If IVR is measured from time into routing to final option is selected, it's ignoring the what feels like hours stuck on hold listening to crap music and a message about higher than usual call volumes. Yeah, very true. Well, it seems then that this is just the automated section, which often isn't the full experience, right? So let's have a look then by vertical market. And you can see that retail and distribution have the shortest IVR and welcome and instructions, followed by manufacturing. The top shows the average there. Look, utilities. It's strange that utilities, technology have all 100%. I wonder if it's the number of respondents, maybe, because that does stick out, doesn't it? It seems very strange. Um, what are you working in, and what would you say your IVR is? Um, no, thanks to the people that have answered, Oric, but you're more than welcome. It's what we're here for. If anyone has ever gotten into a queue with their utility company within 30 seconds, it will be a miracle. So, yeah. So I think we've ascertained, haven't we, that maybe this is just the actual section rather than the queuing. If you're calling about high energy bills, please refer to our website. Please contact the government. Danny says, David Walsh, exactly what mine was. Interesting when you said about yours. Was it 12 minutes, Danny? Awful. Luke, Luke, yeah, please refer to the website. So we still have some bad experience. It doesn't help the perception of our industry, does it? When you think about it, this is one of the key interactions that people think about when they think of contact centers, or as they call them, call centers. We need to get this right. Pete is saying Luke Dobson website is down for maintenance. Chat is currently offline due to high demand. Please send us a letter. Your call is important to us. Also, have you seen our website? Which is it? Do you want my call or are you deflecting me? It's a split personalities, isn't it? IVR, the new marketing channel. Phil, interesting, isn't it? I wondered whether this would be a bit of a dry section, but when you think about it, it really is a key area, isn't it? The IVR. So my personal favorite, the lawyers have looked at the IVR and said it's missing a few things. Oh my God. Well, I can't see who you, I'm going to guess. Alistair, is that you? Sorry, British Gas, but you can't always be experiencing a higher usual than volume of calls. That's not how averages work. Yes, Danny. Now, this is very, very opportune because this next one, I think, is the number of options. Hold on. So, Kate, people are still using IVRs the same as they were 20 years ago with customer choice. There are ways to smart route using IVRs now. We need to really start utilizing the tech. One example is routing via open issue to last agent spoken to if available. Kate, you're dead right. We've got to start utilizing the tech in this key area. Correct, it's me, Alistair. I knew it. Brilliant. Alistair from all the way from Oz watching in. Thank you, my friend. I waited 30 minutes to sort my car insurance yesterday. Kept getting the IVR message. You can make changes on the website. I couldn't make the changes on the website and it told me to ring them. And then for 30 minutes, it kept telling me to make changes on the website. Oh, dear God. Come on. We've got to be better than this. Has anyone come across an IVR where they haven't taken off due to COVID? Oh, they've still got the COVID message on. You mean, Barry? Yeah. I mean, that's criminal. Um, I enjoyed working on IVRs in my last role. There's a delicate balancing act, says Scott, to be had, making sure that the caller feels a sense of progression without being overwhelmed, and ensuring you have enough clarity to ensure that the caller is routed to the right person to deal with that query. Yeah, really astute point, Scott. Um, how did you overcome some of those challenges then? David says, Chris Rainsford, my biggest pet peeve. Did you know you can do this on the website? But I can't because if I could, I would have. Yes. It's the new Dantean circle of hell. Yes, Peter. Disjointed comms and deflection are an endless loop between channels, Twitter X, DMs, website, and banging your head on the desk. Well, that's why I think letter writing is so overlooked. I mean, this is a damning indictment, isn't it? It's a major customer touch point. It should be given as much thought as the POS in store, the retail window, or TV advert. To Phil's point, I think um, I've had a number of challenges around IVR and CX. Limit the layers and options, upskill frontline to deal with your most common contact reason. Use CLID and API into CRM to smart route customers and regularly update any waiting messages to reflect the reality. Yes, Mark, brilliant point there. You may be interested in this. Let's look. Or send a pigeon white smoke. Well, there you go. As a good Catholic boy, I agree with that, Peter. Um, so, what are the total routing options by contact center size? So, on the let's look at the average. Yeah, in the interest of time, 19% of the respondents said they had 3 or fewer options. 31% had 4 to 6 options. 17% had 7 to 9 options, and 33% had 10 or more total routing options by contact center size. Now, I'm assuming those are not all presented to the customer because 10 or more is just ridiculous. And I'm assuming that just means some of those are behind the scenes, right? Routing options. But that is fascinating. Uh, Luke says getting an IVR right is about balancing the customer needs with call center needs for insight into customer behaviors. We shouldn't ask customers to do this work for us. So true, Luke. And Kate says the key is to ensure IVRs are regularly tested end to end and are still fit for purpose. Brilliant point. I don't think that's done enough. Pete Dunn, white smoke equals you're next in queue. Black smoke equals the queue is long. Green smoke equals it is Nicholas Cage. Yeah, I know, Mark. This is really quite interesting, isn't it? Callback options for high wait times. We're the customer, but it seems all the effort is on our part. Blended agents, multi-skilled, always helped our center assist with customers. Yeah, same, Mark. When I was responsible for operations, it was a key point of mine to reduce options, but multi-skilled team members so we could get to customers quickly was a key thing. Um, 10 or more options. Stop it, bad IVR. Stop IVR. Stop. It's. I know. This is crazy, isn't it? This is crazy. And look at this. If you're in a large contact center, 37% of respondents said they had 10 or more total routing options. Absolute bonkers. Well, it seems then, and I think about perception as well. Look, we have all responded quite vociferously around what the experience is like as us as customers going through an IVR. Us as an industry need to do something about this. It's a key area, and I don't think it's given enough focus. So, and to Kate's point here, I think we need to go back and test it and see if it's fit for purpose. Um, so we absolutely need to do that. Now, again, thank you all very much. Like I said, with my advert that you all had a lot of fun at, which I loved. Um, 10 or more options. I hope there isn't a unique skill set at the end of each of those IVR paths. Very, yeah, exactly. more than 2 layers with 3 options, you're probably overdoing it, says Mark. True. And Scott's point, very true. So thank you very much for joining me today. Thank you to Sabio again for being my partner for this episode. Please do jump on the team. You'll see that advert again on LinkedIn tomorrow. I shared it with you guys first here. The responses will make me chuckle for the rest of the day. But please do. You can help me with this team leader community. It's doing some great things. It is the vehicle, along with Get Out a Rap, that I'm gambling my family's future on. But yeah, so tomorrow, when it's out there on LinkedIn, please do give it some love. If you know of any senior leaders that are responsible for team leaders and want to do something that complements the training and things in place that they might already have access to, the team leader community is something that can sit in the background and support them. It's less than the cost of a fancy meal to put someone into the community for an entire year. So cost shouldn't be an option. Please do support me. Please do jump on the back of it tomorrow. As for this show, again, your comments are very, very welcome. It's been really, really fascinating. And it seems we have something there with IVRs that we could really focus on to make a more positive experience for customers and therefore put our industry in a better light. Let me just catch up here quickly. Irony is that agents all have more than one skill allocated as a queues are big. Jordan, thank you very much. I know you will support it. And George, thank you very much. I appreciate that. So everybody have a lovely rest of the day, and I will see you all next Tuesday. See you later. Bye-bye.